If you've ever watched a Markiplier video, then you've probably noticed that no matter what's happening on screen, his face is always full resolution and high quality. But how do YouTubers like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye do that on their gaming videos? How do you make such a little camera grow and not be blurry? It's a lot easier than you think. The trick to having a high resolution camera available for your YouTube videos is to record it at max resolution. But you need your camera on the game in some position so that your audience can see you. So how do you record it in full resolution? I call this method the double wide. I'll show you how to do it. If you do any other type of streaming or anything, you're going to want to give yourself a new profile. So I'm going to create a new one. We're going to call this double wide. We'll turn off the configuration wizard. We don't need it. We'll do a new scene collection and we'll call it double wide collection. Go into settings. So we're going to go into video and we're going to set this to 3840 by 1080, which gives us a 32:9 ratio double wide. Next, going to output. I prefer to use the advanced mode. We'll go to recording. We don't care about the streaming settings. I like to leave recording format on MKV. If you record in MKV, you can recover from errors. You can't in MP4. We're going to give ourselves 2 audio tracks. I'll explain why in a moment. And then for the bit rate, because I target 12,000 in my final video and we're doing a double wide, I'm going to set that to 24,000. That way enough bit rate is spread across the video. Next, I'm going to audio. I'm going to add system for my desktop audio, and my microphone is going to be my actual microphone. I recommend doing something similar. Remember how I said I like to record my videos in MKV because you can recover from errors if something happens? In the advanced settings of OBS, there is a checkbox down here in recording, automatically remux to MP4. That way you don't have to do anything afterwards. Just when you end your recording, OBS does the rest. And then you have a video that you can just edit right out the gate. Then I go down into audio mixer, advanced properties, and then I make sure my microphone goes to track 1 and my desktop audio goes to track 2. That way I can edit my voice separately from the game audio. Then because I'm already recording to show you stuff, instead of adding, normally for video recordings, I'll add a game capture or display capture. I'm going to add a color source just to represent the screen. This white gray block, this is kind of where what we want the background of the video to be, whether it's the game or something else we're doing. We'll do video capture device, and then we'll add our camera on top. Now I'm using my camera separately to record this video here, so you won't see my camera on here, but you can see the Elgato thing there. So what you see here is a double wide video that's going to come out. So then you just hit start recording, make your content, and then end recording. Now I'm going to hop over to the video editor and I'm going to show you how to work with what we just made here. I've imported my footage. You can see it's a double wide video. This is from when I played Garden of Bonbon 2. So when I drag this in, you can see here, it basically gives me a video track and 2 audio tracks if you did it the way that I just showed you. Now I have 2 methods for editing footage like this. The first one is the crop method, which I personally don't like, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. I'm going to take this video layer, I'm going to hold Alt and drag up to duplicate it. I'm going to drop a crop on top of it. And essentially what I'm going to do is here, I'll scale this down so you can see a little bit. I'm basically going to crop off the left part of this video, which would be 50%. But then I also tend to want to crop in a little bit more. I usually don't just I prefer to have it kind of a square shape. Then I would normally put the game up here. And then I would take the actual game footage here and just slide it over to fit, and then I can edit it. I have my camera here and all that, and then whenever I need to actually grow the camera, I can make it bigger. You can see the resolution stays the same no matter what. Now the reason I don't like using this method is because this is a little bit more taxing on the computer, because under the hood you're still doing 2 double wide 1080 video feeds, which is pretty much the equivalent of 4K. And 4K editing can be a little bit on the difficult side, especially for Premiere. This brings me to the second method, the one that I personally use, and I call it the export method. I created 2 sequences here called game and camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my MP4 file down here with the double video track. I'm going to just select the game audio with the Alt key, and I'm going to delete it. And then I'm just going to move my camera over. And as you can see now in this feed, it's just my camera and my microphone. I'm going to open up the game sequence that I made. And I'm going to do the same thing, but reverse. Now I'm going to delete my microphone audio out of there. And then I'm going to slide the game over to fit. And then I'm going to select both of those sequences and I'm going to export them into separate video files, because it's a lot easier on my computer to edit 2 1080 footage videos rather than cropped double wide videos. So once those are exported, you bring them back into here. And then I'm going to drop the game on here, and then I'm going to drop the camera video on top. Now I have 2 video tracks. I have the game on one. I like to color code them personally. I highly recommend color coding. It just makes it a lot easier to keep track. Because we split them up, these videos are in sync by time code. As long as you snap them both to the edge at 0, they will be synced, and then you're free to edit the video as you need to. And you can do all kind of editing tricks from here. You can try all kind of things. That's not really what this video is for. This video is really more for just how to actually record the footage rather than actual editing techniques. If you're interested in editing techniques, leave a comment down below, let me know. Maybe I'll make a video on it. Also subscribe and stuff. Now just perform your edits, keep those videos synced up, and you're off to making that crispy content.